Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. There was a hummingbird in my backyard the other day and I couldn't stop watching it. The way they move, the speed of their wings, they're just fascinating birds. Anyway, I had to learn more about them, so I looked it up. The North American hummingbird averages around 53 beats per second in normal flight. I also get lots of dragonflies in my backyard, and so I looked them up too. Did you know that they can fly at 100 body lengths per second? That is aerodynamic efficiency. It seems the older I get, the more I find pleasure in little things. Things I used to take for granted, like birds, plants, and nature. Today, let's go to that place together. The place where the poet within us lives. The place where we can take a minute and enjoy the little things. We've been told to do it all our lives. You've heard the expression, stop and smell the roses. Of course you have. Life goes by too fast. We need to stop and savor it once in a while. And depending on your age, you might respond to that with a hearty, well, duh, or yeah, I've heard all that before. Plenty of time for that. Right now, I got things to do. Here's something I think you can relate to. It took a pandemic for Marianne Wright to start appreciating the little things.
Because I couldn't go out, we weren't allowed out. So I used to take the dog out for walks around where I was, because that's what we were allowed to do. It really made you appreciate when you went out, the smell of the fresh air and looking at the trees and the flowers, and that's what I really appreciated.
Sound familiar? Being locked down also gave us time to think about other things.
I was married for a very long time, 36 years, so it took a long time and soul searching for me to say, that's it. I've had my share and I really do need to move on.
So Marianne Wright gathered up her thoughts, her feelings, and her experiences, and she wrote a book called A Short Book of Poetry and Thoughts to Share.
It's about life. It's very ordinary life. It's about nature. It's about family. It's about loss. And it's about fantasy. We all have those elements in our own lives.
I would argue that there is nothing ordinary about life. We all choose to live our lives differently. Some choose more complicated ways of living than others, but this book takes a look at the simple things around us, good and bad.
I think it would appeal to adults because it discusses things in a light way. Some of them go a little bit deep.
Like the one called The Last Goodbye, or Breaking Away, the one she wrote about her divorce. She also wrote a poem called What is Love? And you can tell that she knows exactly what it is because no one can write this way if they've never experienced the feeling. Let's see if you agree. What is love? Is it a thing that melts the ice from my eyes when he smiles at me? Or does it make my bones dissolve when he walks up close? Is it when he burns my body with his fleeting touch? Or is it the feeling of extreme pain when I awake alone from a dream of being with him? Is it a thing that I can place in a jar to preserve it, to spoon some on my bread when I'm hungry? Can it be the song that whispers to me in the light of dawn? What is love? Pretty nice poem, right? I mean, I wouldn't mind somebody writing a poem like that about me. It's music to your heart.
Poetry to me is the music. I feel the music when I write it, and when I read other people's poems, I feel their music as well.
That's right. Good poetry sings like a song.
It's also like taking a bubble bath. All you can see is the froth on the top of the bubbles, but on the bath, but underneath is all the good oils, if you like.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's literature that paints a picture. It stimulates thought and stirs up some old feelings. Marianne Wright lives in New Zealand, the home of Middle Earth, so it's no surprise to hear that her inspiration comes from Tolkien. It also comes from the beautiful trees in Cambridge.
Cambridge has beautiful trees, and they are probably 120, 130 years old, and when they shed their leaves, you just can't be sad. You just have to be happy because it's just such a pretty thing to see, so it helped me.
And I think it'll help you too. Take a moment to reflect on your life. Enjoy a few poems from A Short Book of Poetry and Thoughts to Share by Marianne Wright. It's available online at exlibris.com, amazon.com, and many other places. There are also links for you in the show's description. You'll also find a picture of the beautiful trees she talked about on the book's cover. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.